Hello YouTube and welcome. Today is the 27th of April 2018, so officially today is the release of this new set, the Dominaria, and here I have the Planeswalker deck from this set. This one is the Chandra deck. So this package contains a deck box, 60 card deck featuring one premium card, two 50 card Dominarian booster packs, a strategy insert, and a magic quick reference card. So let's see what we can get from this Planeswalker deck with Chandra. And amazing image, this one. Amazing. So here we have the rest of our deck. The two Dominaria booster packs. Here we have the strategy insert that it is usual in the Planeswalker decks. They make an advertising to the deck builders toolkit from the set excellent. So as I thought, Wizards of the Coast doesn't release a deck builders toolkit for this set Dominaria. So here we have our Planeswalker card. So we get Chandra Bolt Pyromancer, foiled, amazing art in this one. So 6 drops to enter, 5 loyalty points. For +1 add 2 mountains. Chandra Bolt Pyromancer deals 2 damage to target player. For -3, Chandra Bolt Pyromancer deals 3 damage to target creature or Planeswalker. And for -7, Chandra Bolt Pyromancer deals 10 damage to target player and each creature and Planeswalker they control. Nice card. Nice card, this one. Now let's check the rest of the deck. So here we have Chandra's Outburst, 5 drops. Chandra Outburst deals 4 damage to target player or Planeswalker. Search your library and or your graveyard for a card named Chandra Bolt Pyromancer, reveal it and put it in your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. So is the usual tutor that we can find in this kind of Planeswalker deck. And we have 2 of them. Marwing the Nurturer, 3 drops. Whenever another elf enters in the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Marwing the Nurturer. Tap it at an amount of forest equal to Marwing's power, and it is a 1/1. But it is a legendary creature, an elf. Nice card. Gilded Lotus, 5 drops. Tap it for add 3 mana of any one color. Great card. Our famous Lone War Elves, 1 drop. Tap it for a forest, and it is a 1/1. And we get 2 of them. E2 Chronicler, 2 drops. He has kicker for 4. When Gito Chronicle enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand, and it is a 1/3. Elfheim Druid, 2 drops. Tap it for a forest, or tap it for 2 forests. Spend this mana only to cast Kick It spells, and it is a 0/2. And we get 3 of them. Pyromatic Pilgrim, 3 drops. He has haste, and it is a 3/1. And we get 4 of them. Crossland Druid, 3 drops. He has a kicker for 5. When Crossland Druid enters in the battlefield, if it was kicked, you gain 10 life, and it is a 2/3. Interesting, this one. A little expensive, but interesting. Karplusan Wound, 4 drops. When it attacks, if you control Chandra Planeswalker, this creature deals 2 damage to any target, and it is a 3/3. Important part, if you control a Chandra Planeswalker, so any Chandra, nice. And we get 3 of them. Gaia's Protector, 4 drops. Gaia's Protector must be blocked if able, and it is a 4/2. Beloth Gorger, 4 drops. He has a kicker for 4. If Beloth Gorger is kicked, it enters in the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it, and it is a 4/4. And we have 2 of them. Fire Elemental, 5 drops, and it is a 5/4. And we get 3 of them. Grun the Lonely King, 6 drops. He has a kicker for 3. If Grun the Lonely King was kicked, he enters in the battlefield with 5 +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever Grun attacks alone, double his power and toughness until the end of the turn, and it is a 5/5. Interesting card, this one. Primordial Worm, 6 drops, is a 7/6 beast. Here we have the basic lands. So we get mountains. Here we have the forests. Continuing the rest of the deck, Shivan Fire, 1 drop. He has a kicker for 4. Shivan Fire deals 2 damage to target creature. If this spell was kicked, it deals 4 damage to target creature. And we get 2 of them. Gift of Growth, 2 drops. He has a kicker for 2. Untap target creature. It gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn. If this spell was kicked, that creature gets +4/+4 until the end of the turn instead. And we get 2 of them. Piercing the Sky, 2 drops. Piercing the Sky deals 7 damage to target creature with flying. Very interesting card, this one, for a common. Very, very interesting. Fight with Fire, 3 drops. He has a kicker for 6. Fight with Fire deals 5 damage to target creature. If this spell was kicked, it deals 10 damage divided as you choose among any number of targets instead. Another interesting card. Fury Intervention, 5 drops. Choose one. Fury Intervention deals 5 damage to target creature or destroy target artifact. Here we have the dual lands. Feinberg Gorge. He enters in the battlefield, tap it. Tap it for a forest or a mountain. You should have 4 of them as usual. And here we have the quick reference card for the game Magic the Gathering. So overall, this is what we get in this Planeswalker deck from Chandra. So a lot of kick it abilities and a very, very powerful creatures. Now let's see what we can get in these Dominaria boosters. This one starts with Grow from the Ashes. 3 drops. He has a kicker for 2. Search your library for a basic land card, put it in the battlefield, then shuffle your library. If the spell was kicked, instead search your library for 2 basic land cards, put them in the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Interesting card. Rat Colony, 2 drops. Rat Colony gets +1/+0 for each other rat you control. A deck can have any number of cards named Rat Colony, and it is a 2/1. This is crazy. This is going to be crazy. I can easily see a pauper deck practically using only this card, Rat Colony. Rescue, 1 drop. Return target permanent you control to his owner hand. Not bad for 1 drop. Healing Grace, 1 drop. Prevent the next free damage that would be dealt to any target this turn by a source of your choice, and you gain 3 life. Nice card. Gitu, Journeyed Mage, 3 drops. When Gitu, Journeyed Mage enters the battlefield, if you control another wizard, Gitu, Journeyed Mage deals 2 damage to each opponent, and it is a 3/2. Pierce the Sky, 2 drops. Pierce the Sky deals 7 damage to target creature with flying, one of the cards that we have in this Planeswalker deck. Academy Drake, 3 drops. He has a kicker for 4. He's a flying. If Academy Drake was kicked, he enters in the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it, and it is a 2/2. H-Tier Glider, 3 drops. He has flying. H-Tier Glider can't block, and it is a 2/1. Divination, 3 drops. Draw 2 cards. Skytring Surveyor, 3 drops. When enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle your library, and it is a 1/2. So this is the first saga card that I get. So I already open, if you see, a pre-release pack. I didn't get any of these type of new cards. So this is the first one, an uncommon. So the Flame of Celt, 2 drops. At this saga enters, and after you draw step, add the lore counter, sacrifice after 3. So for 1, discard your hand. For 2, draw 2 cards. And for 3, if a red source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player this turn, it deals that much damage +2 to that permanent or player instead. Okay, we have to try it. Fungal Plot, 2 drops. For 2, exile target creature card from your graveyard. Create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. Sacrifice 2 saplings. You gain 2 life and draw a card. Adele is the Cinder Wind, 3 drops. He has flying and haste. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, wizards you control gets +1/+1 until the end of the turn, and it is a 2/2. And our rare is a land, Cabal Stronghold. Tap it for a colorless. For 3, tap it, add 1 swamp for each basic swamp you control. This one should be great. Really great. And we have a plane. And we have a Sapperling token, 1/1. Nice rare in this one. So let's see the second booster that comes with this Planeswalker deck. And this starts with Cabal Paladin. For drops, whenever you cast a historic spell, Cabal Paladin deals 2 damage to each opponent, and it is a 4/2. Arcane Flight, 1 drop, enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +1/+1 and has flying. Sergeant at Arms, 3 drops, he has a kick it for free. When Sergeant at Arms enters in the battlefield, if it was kick it, create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens, and it is a 2/3. Fire Elemental, 5 drops, it is a 5/4, another card that comes with our Planeswalker deck. Broken Bones, 2 drops, destroy target artifact or enchantment. You may put a land card from your hand into the battlefield. Interesting card, this one. Tailed Omnivore, 4 drops, tap it, sacrifice another creature. Tailed Omnivore gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn. If a sapling was sacrificed this way, you gain 2 life, and it is a 3/3. Baloth Gorger, 4 drops, he has a kicker for 4. If Baloth Gorger was kicked, it enters in the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it, and it is a 4/4. Another card that comes in this Planeswalker deck. Jousting Lance, 2 drops, equipped creature gets +2/+0. As long as it is your turn, equipped creature has first strike, and it has an equipped cost of 3. Eviscerate, 4 drops, destroy target creature. Powerstone Sharp, 3 drops, tap it for 1 colorless. For each artifact you control, name it Powerstone Sharp. Here we have a land, Memorial to Genius. He enters in the battlefield, tap it for an island, and for 5, sacrifice Memorial to Genius, draw 2 cards. Sage of Lat Nam, 2 drops, tap it, sacrifice an artifact, draw a card. Valduk, Keeper of the Flame, 3 drops. At the beginning of a combat of your turn, for each aura or equipment attached to Valduk, Keeper of the Flame, create a 3/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste. Exile those tokens at the beginning of the next end step, and it is a 3/2. Interesting one. And our rare, believe it or not, another land. Woodland Cemetery. Enters in the battlefield, tap it, unless you control a swamp or a forest, tap it for a swamp or a forest. Great pool. And we have a swamp, and we have another sapling token, 1/1 with a different art. So this is what I get in this pack, this Planeswalker deck from Chandra. I hope you like it, you enjoy it. Until the next time, see you.